Let's play a game of would you rather. Yeah, like would you rather. Yeah. Let's free up a day, free up a space. Let's talk about the truth the way we know it. Let's make a play. This our reality, okay? Okay. We out here with some savage beats, okay? If you want it, you can have a piece. Effort come with automatic peace. Just be careful if you slip, you know the ladder's grief, okay? Open discussion, who you loving, who you trusting? Is it lustin' when you bustin'? Is you still crushing? Was it something, is it nothing? Did you cuddle? Did you up and grab your clutch and was befuddled? Do you still love him? Is your relationship 100, or is it 50-50? Do you be talking shit, or do you sit and listen? Are you a real friend, or a transaction system? Listen, do you be copping flowers? Do you open doors? Is you looking for a real woman? Is you content with whores? Do you be on your money? Do you take care of your kids? Do you stand on your business, or do you wait on your chick? Let's talk about our mental health and protecting it. Yeah. Let's talk about our mental health and protecting it. Yeah. Rule number 1 is take accountability. Fight through the misery. Don't run away from you. Let your truth be your ability. Motivation and stability. Become a vision.
Let's go. We live. We live. All right, let's go. Today we got the big dog in here. Craig Miller came in here to mess with us today. We got a good topic. We got a good conversation going. We got Shaw Big in here, y'all know him. Then you got me, Tony Rome, aka the Freedom Rider Rome. We're gonna get to it, but before we get started, I'm gonna say, like I always say before I do everything, you know what I mean? If you got something going on with you, if it's personal, if emotional, whatever you got going on whatever level, if you feel it, deal with it. You hear it in your head, you hear that voice in your head telling you to make a decision, you're trying to get to that decision, do what you got to do to make sure everything work out the way you need it to work out. That's the way life goes. If you drive it down the street and your car catch you flat, you're going to fix it. So whatever's going on with your life, apply that logic to your life, man. It make life better. It makes life better for sure. All right, now we got to kind of, I think the topic is kind of sneaky because what I posted in here is what I'm talking about. But we can, though. We can. So let's just start there. If you think like, is a man wrong if he say like, he don't want to be in a relationship or he don't see a future with a woman that got multiple kids with multiple kids' fathers? Is a man wrong?
I don't think so. I mean, you got many factors. You don't know if she's still dealing with kid's father. Uh, and if she wants you to be a part of the raising him, it has to be all in. It can't be for certain, stop at a certain point. There's nothing like the one, sometimes the kid might have to be disciplined. She gonna give you that leeway or not.
Everybody think from the father himself, so she might keep it away, but then the kid father might not see it that way. So it can become a problem. I don't think nobody's wrong for saying that they don't want to be in a relationship with somebody else that got multiple kids with multiple people. You don't know. I mean, you can say everything is everything, but which one of them multiple people actually have access to you? And they can still, you still picking up the phone, still answering their calls late at night, still texting them back 2, 3 in the morning, like too much access. One of them is gonna happen.
And it's like shit. If you have like some dudes that don't want the new nigga disciplining their kid, Don't want you telling the kid nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but if it takes a village to raise these kids, excuse me, if it takes a village to raise these kids, then I can understand you not wanting nobody else to discipline your kids, but I don't understand.
Right, because the village thing is strong, but then you got to think about the part where I don't care about the village. You know, the village is the village, but I'm your goddamn daddy. Like, you know what I mean? That be the law, even in other people's house. Like, no, that's my baby. That ain't your baby. And I know how it go because that's how I feel. That's my baby. That ain't your baby. You know what I mean? But then I also know how it go to feel. Like, if I'm the nigga that's here, then this my shit.
Right.
So I got a level of bias. You know what I mean? Because I don't want no other big race.
But as you go through, I was just gonna say, but is you the nigga that's there, or is you the nigga that's there? Like, is you the nigga there because it benefits you, or you the nigga there because you really get for it?
You're always gonna be the nigga there because it benefits you. Ain't no other reason to be there.
It's true. I mean, but if you're finna go into making a relationship type thing, like you ain't just there for reasons you there, then I mean you take it on a whole nother responsibility. So is it okay if you say you know they don't know for people?
Because it's still tough.
It's up.
Because so your agenda is the female. But if you live in a house with a female and she got kids,
They become a package deal.
you know what I mean? They come a part of the agenda. Even if you don't want to be bothered with somebody else's kids.
Man, you know, I said it when
Go ahead.
I said what I said earlier too, because you don't know if the guy's around at all. You know,
Mhm.
I know there's some dudes never didn't even know they had. You know what I'm saying? And if they did, they want nothing to do with it in the first place. Said no help, no nothing. So okay, get with this woman, she got a kid. Yeah, that might be up. You know, like I said, it's a personal choice, of course. I don't fault no man either way. I've been there. Dated several women, you know, before I even got married, that had kids. So I knew what I was getting into. Up the top, you know, I knew that, you know, like your dad would be, be in the picture. So I stayed back. I just dealt with her. But you know, like the woman I decided to marry, she had a kid already. Me and the kid got along great. His dad nowhere around at all. Still ain't never been.
Right.
And he in his 30s now.
Right, but then that's your kid.
Correct. That's my kid.
So having a dad don't mean, I guess just because you got a dad, it don't really mean shit.
Right.
But it's also like, I guess if it worked for you, it worked for you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start there.
Yeah, and it don't work for everybody.
It don't work for everybody.
It don't.
But for the people it work for, it work for. Because it can go good.
Mhm.
Can go good, can get in there. Because I think for me it'll work if that's something.
If it's something you look for, if it's something you want, something if you don't have a problem with taking on that responsibility, then it can work for you. But if you got any type of doubt on anything,
If you got reservation.
yeah, it's not gonna work for you.
If you got reservation, it ain't gonna work. His friends say it's a personal choice. When some women, she came on the ground. It's a personal choice. Some women say it's a package deal. I did, and I've been married for 40 years. Can I say they do love? Okay, so work for her.
Right.
Work for her. For some people it work, you know what I mean? Some people not so much. I think it also depends on, like, so when a new man come in, don't none of the other niggas matter to me.
They're not supposed to.
Right.
They're not supposed to, but even to you, but if they still got access, it's gonna become a problem.
Eventually.
Yeah, because we sitting here going through what we going through, and you sitting here kicking on the phone. Yeah. How does that work?
That don't work.
It don't.
But it's possible. Some people, right? Some people just, it don't work for me. if I move into a house with a female and kids, I'm that. Now you could be cool with your dad. I'm not knocking your relationship with your dad.
Don't have a relationship with it.
Yeah, whatever relationship y'all got outside this house, that's cool. But this is my shit.
Right.
But you know what I hate? Like a bitch ass nigga. If you move into a relationship with a female who got kids by a bitch ass, and he's sitting on the outside looking in. So if you're a good dude and you taking care of these kids, you're doing everything that you got to do with these kids, even though they somebody else's kids, but you're doing everything you got to do and you're being solid. And then you got a nigga on the background trying to make everything look like it's being done wrong or like it's being done against you or something. And because just if you put yourself in the mindset of a kid, right, and you want outside of the kid, you put yourself in the mindset of a kid. When you leave the house, okay, it's cool. Mom's cool, her dude cool, but then you go keep with your dad, and your dad like, man, fuck that bitch ass nigga. More times than not, you gonna go with your dad. You gonna feel how your actual dad feel. Right. You know what I mean? Right. More times than not. So you got a bitch ass daddy on the other side hating on your motherfucking what's going on in your house. Then the odds is you can create disruption. You know what I mean? And a bunch of fucking. So they're my thoughts on that. But I want to get into it because I got some shit I want to talk about. Because I think it's deeper than the parent part. I think it's deeper than the parent part. So I'm gonna start with this right. The mental effect on the children with different fathers. None of the fathers actually in the home potentially mixed like race, dark skin, mixed race, dark skin, light skin, big, small, intelligent, unintelligent, all being raised in one house, but treated different because of difference in personality based off of different dads.
I don't know. That can create some monsters.
It can.
They can create some monsters. I mean, it can create some very intelligent children too that can become somebody, but it's definitely gonna create some monsters because of what you got to deal with and what you're dealing with. And the last kid, they're all up in age, and the last kid bragging because their daddy might still be around or somewhere in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else daddy gone up to me all the time.
It's levels to it.
Yeah.
It's levels to it, especially when you got like it's like 4 or 5. You got all y'all got a different dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And out of all 5 of y'all, only one of y'all actually got access to him. Well, none of y'all don't got no access.
No, but that's the question. Nobody got access. Ain't no dads. It's just 5. It's just 5.
5 different personalities, 6 different personalities.
And mom,
in one
by
house.
herself.
That's why I say 6. 6 different personalities in one house. All on party on their own little fucking, their own little conniving type.
You look at each other different because they say that the male gene is the stronger, it's the more dominant gene in the kid that you have, right? So if you got all 5 kids, it's like all 5 different like genetics, like they all got different personalities. Versus if you got all the kids by the same dad, they got similar. What I mean, all these different.
All of them are different.
Weird. So
Then your daddy, because my daddy, I don't need black you, you my brother.
that's a whole nother.
That's another level.
Right, that's a whole other conversation. You know what I mean? And females do that.
They do.
I think, man, I think fucking is a responsibility now. It ain't just a pleasure. You gotta think about that shit, man. You gotta think about who you fucking in. You know what I mean? Man and women. You gotta really put thought into it. Just can't be sleeping with anybody. Because if a baby come out of it, you bring a baby into that situation. Right? All like you say, all 5 different personalities, plus mom, there's 6 different personalities. One kid skinny as hell, you know what I mean? One kid chubby. So the kid that's skinny, the kid that's chubby don't like the kid that's skinny. Now, if you switch it and you put it into the girl language, being a chubby girl ain't even a bad thing no more. If your shit falls into the right places, you know what I mean? As far as your body is concerned, you know what I mean? So the skinny one is looking at the chubby one in a negative way.
They both looking at each other in a negative way. Because the chubby one she might not be backing nothing, but she's still looking at like a little skinny thick.
Yeah, like all your clothes fit you a certain way, but my
Yeah.
clothes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit.
And the skinny one sitting over there like, I can't stand your little fat ass.
Right, then you got one smart brother. He don't think nothing like none of y'all
None
because
like-
he's like his mindset is way beyond.
Yeah.
So he can't relate to none of y'all shit. He don't even want to be bothered with you
He
motherfuckers. Like,
ain't never even that no more.
yeah, I want to talk to you.
Soon as they get old enough, he gone. Out of here.
Even while he young, right? Stop talking to me, you dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. Because you know kids are evil. When the kid got something over another kid, they evil as fuck. So now it's getting like, stop talking to me, bro. You dumb as fuck. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
That's not right. You know what I mean?
And the killer part is kids not gonna sugarcoat. They gonna say it just how it's supposed to be said.
And the bus on you. And the bus on you. Like if I don't, you be in that bitch fight. That's where some of the worst kids come from in the house where ain't none of y'all got the same daddy. He in that bitch rumbling, nigga.
You know what I'm talking about? That's why I can't stand your daddy now.
That's your ass, nigga.
Yeah, because you ain't in life, man. There's two times in life you want to filter. Kid,
When you're old.
And when you old, you don't give a fuck.
right.
You don't give a fuck. When you a kid and when you old people don't give a fuck.
No,
No, they gonna tell you just how
I
it
know my
is.
dad didn't.
They definitely gonna tell you how it is, you little bad little motherfucker.
You know, people don't give a fuck. Come here, stinking ass nigga. Straight up, bro. People don't give a fuck, nigga. The kids don't give a fuck. The kids don't give a shit. Kids don't give a shit.
They don't know how to give a shit.
They give a shit. They just don't, bro. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is what you were saying. Only one of the kids' father lived in a home. So no matter how fair he might try to be, his decisions can always be picked apart and made unfair to certain children.
I think to the certain children and to the mamas don't always get off, so they gonna never be fair.
If it's like that with the mom, that's just because she ain't shit.
True. But how much of shit are you? You got 5 kids and 5 baby daddies.
I don't know, just make mistakes. People think you can probably love 5 10.
Yeah, people can't. I mean, it's true. It is true. But say your kids, you got 5 kids, man, they go from ages from 1 to 5.
That's different. That's crazy. But it could, so let's take the count off of it. Just say multiple kids.
Multiple kids.
So let's say the last baby dad is there, but the first baby dad, let's just say 2 kids. So when you being raised in a house where this kid's dad still with the mom, but this kid dad ain't nowhere to be found.
I mean, that ain't. That's what I guess that's on the parent.
Even if you're a good nigga, like even if it's a good nigga, and you do right by both kids, but ultimately your baby is your baby.
Yeah.
The other kid can still find something wrong with you, even if it ain't nothing wrong.
They're gonna find something. They're gonna find something wrong because you could be doing the same thing for both of them at the same time. But that kid ain't yours, and they're gonna say somewhere down the line you're doing more for yours than you're doing for this.
Possibly,
Yeah.
possibly. Then it depends on what kind of mom that you deal with, what kind of female you deal with.
Yeah, this daddy daughter day at school. You don't even got no daughter. But I mean, you got a son and a daughter, and your daughter mad. You mad because I went to daddy daughter day, and I ain't go to Donuts for Tots with your kid.
Right.
You could have went to that.
Good. But if it's a daddy thing, and you the daddy that's in the house with you, go.
That's why I said Donuts for Tots. But if it was a daddy thing, then yeah, I would. I mean, somebody got to let up the thing.
So hard. Now the difference is I'm doing all of this shit. Like if I'm the nigga in the house, I'm doing everything. I don't even need you. If your kid could be in it, you could be a cool dad on the other side of it. This my shit. This my house.
Yeah, my room.
Right. I say no invite. You can pull up. But this my shit.
But don't just pull up without calling for something. You don't have that person.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah, talk to somebody. Call somebody. Let somebody know that you finna pull up to get the kid. Don't just come knocking on my door.
Feel it. But the other side is I don't give a fuck about all that.
That's true too.
When it's me, it's one of my kids.
Because
That's what I'm saying.
Cause they're my kids. I'm showing up.
Right? I don't give a fuck about none of that.
I ain't gotta tell you. I told my kids, be ready.
Now, if you're a good nigga, I give you the benefit of the doubt to talk to you, keep it from being a fucked up situation. But the other side of that is, I really don't care because I ain't coming. I'm gonna pull up everything that I know about. I'm a ten when it comes down to my kids. You know what I mean? Right? If I know it's going on, I'm coming. I'm pulling up. If you're a good dude, then 9 times out of 10 we'll have a good relationship because I'm just a dad.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna respect your house. I'm gonna respect your rules. Right? Because it ain't that for a reason. That's the only thing I hate. Like, if you're a nigga who you decide you don't want the female, but you still from the outside of her house, you try to control her shit. I think that's clown shit. I think that's clown shit. If you were such a super dad and you was really that, you would have did everything that you need to do to not leave. You did everything that you need to do to not leave. But if you leave and another nigga come in, you gotta take a step back. And it's hard to spend it back.
Only person that's only dude that's not gonna take that step back is because he still want that lady. It ain't about the kid. It's about him having her or her having him.
Still clown shit.
It's still clown shit.
Still clown shit.
Because nigga, if you wanted it so bad or if you wanted him so bad, why you let this happen?
Either way it goes, you gotta respect the situation so you can make it. So you can make it work. You know what I mean? Because if you want her back, you gotta convince her that you worth having back. You know what I mean? You gotta convince her you worth coming back.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of like stay back and like give her a space type shit.
I'm gonna say you gotta learn how to fall back.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to fall. You gotta shut your ass up.
Learn to play with the punch, nigga.
Right. So
I know you see them out on the day and you mad about it.
yeah,
Let your goof ass up here with it.
bitch ass nigga, you shouldn't have left.
They
Nigga.
shouldn't have left.
This shit be real shit because I gotta deal with this shit in real life. Like nigga, you shouldn't have left. But how do you act if you if you the nigga who left the situation, then all of a sudden, and Shorty got a whole other situation, but you weren't ready for her to be in another situation. I agree with that.
Ain't gonna have to deal with that one. That's kind of like, oh, you? It's kind of like, oh, you? Like, good. Yeah. That's still on you. You fuck got up and left.
You be acting like Ray J. That's why I hit up first. Nigga. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking my left though.
Man, they think somebody else left on before I got them.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one is the kids that's raised outside the home. Like the father have a full family that don't feel like that they're a part of it. They don't feel like they're part of the family.
That's just brown shit. That's just brown shit. But you got some kids outside your home. That's not their fault. That's your fault. You shouldn't. You're fine.
And this will make this shit so dope we have like mental health conversation because sometimes you're not making your kids feel like outside. Your kids just feel like an outsider because they just
They're
not inside.
They're not a part of that.
Yeah,
They're not a part of your structure.
Exactly. Even if you make them a part of it, right? You finna go do this, you go get your baby. You know what I mean? You got this going on, you call your baby, you know what I mean? Everything, you make your kid a part of everything, but sometimes the mental, it's a mental part of it.
They gonna feel like, because even though you do invite a man, you take them to do everything that you do. They gonna always feel like you're doing something with the other that you're not doing with them.
Yeah, but it's always like, so if we come hang out with y'all, we hanging out, we hanging out with y'all with mama, and you know what I mean? It's our dad, but y'all got y'all mom and y'all dad right here together.
And she probably got other kids that ain't no part of my dad's situation.
Probably, you know what I mean? Probably that's another thing though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then it's kind of like it could be a mental thing that you cause on yourself in that situation.
I think that would be a form of self-trauma.
It can be.
It can be.
It very much can be. And I think like sometimes if you're a mom, like you gotta make sure it don't get to that feeling. You gotta talk to your kid just because if you're a mom on the other side of that, your kid on the other side of it, you damn near gotta raise your kid like with some type of understanding of me and dude, we can't be together, so it gotta be like this.
Gotta be like,
You know what I mean? They gotta be understanding. A lot of these mothers don't get their kids understanding. That's how they have.
then you also gotta take the kids out to do stuff too. You can't just like, okay, we wanna do stuff. Only time we wanna do stuff is when I'm going over here with my dad. When I'm at home, we ain't doing nothing but being at home. We ain't doing nothing. Ain't nothing going on.
That's why we been to.
Yeah,
Sometimes at home, old girl, she ain't got shit.
it's true.
I was over there in a whole nother relationship. You got a female, you got all them kids, you know what I mean? They both got jobs, you know what I mean? So they got 2 checks.
They
You know
got
what I mean?
something
To
going on.
play with. Pops might got a hustle or something. So they got like 3 checks to play with, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, mom only got motherfucker, whatever she got coming in. And then top that, she got other kids. So it's I, this shit is so crazy because it's kind of like damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Type situation.
You just gotta be careful, especially now in this era. You just gotta be careful because we bring these motherfucking kids in. It's just all trauma. It's all trauma. Like no matter how you spend it, all these different ways, it's trauma. It just come back to trauma. Because the shit that you thinking and the shit that you feeling, it ain't even allowing you to deal with what's really going on in the world because you stuck in this mindset of trauma. You trying to fight this shit.
So we trying to fight this and we live in a reality world.
Live in a reality world. Or you be in a situation you a dad, you don't get along with your kid's mom. So you spend 90% of your time fighting. Spend 90% of your time fighting.
Even when you do get to see the kid, you're in playing with the kid. If y'all still bickering and battling at each other. Every time somebody walk past, some slick is being said, till it end up to being a whole out brawl at the end of the damn day.
Yeah, now it's fighting, it's arguing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or the kids say certain kids hear certain shit and they report that shit back to them. So now you just on point for the fuckery. You ain't even on no argument mindset. You just on point.
He's on point for it.
You on point.
Especially when the kid fuck with you.
Right up.
Again, I'm on just in there talking all type of stuff about you. You should be going ahead and go home. I'm gonna stay over here.
Then you got your kid on point for you.
Yeah.
Your kid on point for you. You got a few kids in this situation, but one of those kids fuck with you heavy, no matter what. So they on point for you. They watching every motherfucking else. I'm saying you finna play with my dad all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What from the be?
Right. Someone for slide up, I'm going right over there telling
That's
you.
what I'm finna tell you. No, we even think it's 2026. Nigga, send you a text, nigga.
Yeah.
Yo, damn shit, this shit just been saying. This shit, you know what I mean? That's wild shit.
Matter of fact, I'm just finna FaceTime you. Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing, Dad. I'm gonna call you and put you on mute, though. You know what I mean? Listen to this shit.
Listen to that. I'm going crazy.
Okay, going crazy. Then this a boyfriend, this goofy ass nigga. You should hear what this nigga saying.
Don't even know you not be trying to tell me my daddy like that. No more.
Then you hear this shit. Now, imagine you get that call and it's coming from a female. So you still fuck with this female. And you get that call from your baby and the motherfucking niggas in the background talking shit. And the female is in there, you know what I mean? She ain't saying much. Just let the nigga get the shit out.
She agreeing.
Right. And your baby called you, you know what I mean? And let you hear the whole conversation. But you still like the female, still want the people. You finna go over there and act the motherfucking food, baby, go down this shit. Send that bitch ass nigga out here. They don't even know what you over there for.
Don't even know what's going on.
Shawty was standing there with the phone the whole time. Let hear the whole motherfucking conversation. Yeah, that bitch ass nigga think you this, think you that. I'm over there go crazy. Send that shit to my face, nigga.
Yeah.
Just really still want to bitch type shit.
After like a whole plan. After like a whole plan.
It's levels. But all this shit is trauma. It's all trauma. It's all trauma. Big people one right here. Father with a full, this deep. The father with a full family. Okay. So we go back. So this is the opposite side of what we just talking about. The kids in the household with the dad and mom, and the way they view siblings outside the house. The way they view siblings, that's outside the house.
Well, but let's more behavior too. Because they do look at them like you're nobody.
You don't count.
Yeah,
You count.
that's what that old, that half brother, half sister shit come in. Like,
Really.
Well, okay, in my case, I got 5 brothers and sisters.
Mhm.
3 of us got the same mom and dad. Then my dad got 3 other children by 3 other different women. He married the one, so one of them was raised in the house with her mom, my dad. But we all got along. One, my mother, she always told us, don't ever disrespect her. So, especially I was the youngest one in that household out of the 3. So I knew I'm gonna get my ass whooped if I disrespect this one. She literally told me if I hear that you was disrespectful to her, beat your ass. You know, so I never, I made sure or the other one, even though one of them, even one of the women I did not like. Because she called us names to my father. After they split up, she called us names. She got mad because he been coming from, he don't live right around the corner. So she got mad that he would come and see us, see his own kids. I was the youngest one. I'm younger than my sister by 8 years. And but I knew even though I didn't like this woman, I could not disrespect her.
Right.
so don't worry, back then, we from, don't worry, scary weight.
Yeah.
I'll beat your ass.
Yeah.
Your mama said that. Don't worry, scary weight.
But see, the neighborhood I grew up in, because my grandma was on the next block. I had uncle on one block, on another block. So, like, talking about 6 block radius, I had somebody on every block. So, and then not to mention the friends of my parents. So everybody had, if they caught me doing something, I might catch 3 ass whoopers on the way home.
Get her ass whooped.
Yeah.
Dang. That's how it was back then.
Shit, we were-
Then the worst ass whooping that you get is when somebody else get on you. But then you go home to your mom and try to explain it. She whooped you. Because why the fuck did they whoop you in the first place?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They whooped you for a reason and you ain't getting no whooping for nothing.
Mhm.
To me, you was on some disrespectful shit and you was some bad shit. You think you finna come here and get away with it.
But you know, you know, they respect
You
you.
know?
They snatched you up for being bad.
Yeah.
They were stopping you then. Then you little badass and turn around this disrespectful shit and they fucked you up. Huh?
Yeah.
Like, come on upstairs.
Yeah. That was that era. This era is like, they did what to you? Come on, family, let's go over here and attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you better not touch my child. Yeah, that's
You say nothing to my baby, and the whole family is knocking on you, attacking. Oh, that shit used to go different ways back then. But that's a tough ass situation I had to wait until I feel like I was a hard headed kind of kid. So I didn't care. If you disrespected me, you had to deal with the effects of disrespecting me. As long as my mama didn't find out, I was cool. So that's what my mind says. As long as she don't catch me, I'm straight. But I ain't never owned my pops ever be with a female. Like, so I never experienced that part of it. Saying this or saying that. And even if she did, he won't never say that. He would never say that. My mom is already, I think, it's on her mind to be on the attack if anything come up. He just won't let that come up. You know,
I think you see it after you were probably the vice versa.
and fucked up.
Yeah, like I mother would say something, my mother used to come over and do shit.
You said about my son,
Yeah.
about my all my aunties and shit, uncles. Then fuck you talking about my nephew? Say that shit to us, motherfucker. My nephew cool as hell. He don't do nothing to nobody. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a wild situation, but it's a real situation.
Yeah.
It's because it could be hard on you. Something good can come out of it, depending on your genetics. You know what I mean? But it could be that could be a tough situation. I think. So I ask you much.
As a sibling, as a sibling, I mean, if they treat you good, they treat you like a sibling, they're cool. But if they treat you like shit, like you're supposed to be my brother. Like literally, dude, we got the same dad.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get the same treatment from all of your siblings in that situation.
You not.
You never do. You never will. Like it's gonna be one of them that just don't fuck with you because why?
Because y'all got different mom.
Yeah, maybe y'all look at their mama at them.
Yeah.
And their mama don't like your mama.
They don't like your mom.
So fuck you.
So they hear all day long, I can't stand that bitch. Take your daddy away from me.
All type of shit.
Yeah.
Y'all type of shit, girls. I think this is one of the hardest things like to deal with in life was as a kid, because you can get the I think that's part of the reason why it's so roughly together. Because it ain't even about the shit that we dealing with on the streets, even though it is, but it's about the shit that we dealing with at home. On average.
And then that's what it is, because you're dealing with it at home. Then you try to go out to the girl and you're dealing with it. Yeah, too.
Okay? Then you got good kids, you might be this kid might be a kid that's being raised in the house by himself, just him, his mom, and his dad. He might be a good kid. But then he come around us, it's so fun to be around us, he wants to be one of us.
Yeah.
Look at my fucking ass home, nigga. You know what I mean?
They looking at it as we just out there being mischievous. We looking at it like we actually live life.
Do what we gotta do.
We doing what we gotta do.
Remember, dope boy, never we finna go in the store right quick. What you
Yeah.
got? You got no money? No money? You know what I mean? I got to do with anything.
Yeah, I'm finna leave out of here with a soda,
We
nigga.
finna go to the store. Niggas, you going or not? Kind of here.
Yeah, so they just looking at it like we just being mischievous.
Hey,
If they going home to they got both parents. Living nicely. We going home to mental problem.
it's yeah. Whole motherfucking a whole world of fuckery that to us ain't even really. We don't even see it as mental a mental health issue going on.
You don't until you start to see with a conscious mind.
You can get wrong
Yeah.
because at first it's just like if you got a sibling that ain't in the house, like if you want the one that's cool with them, then cool with them. You hurt, but I mean, cool. But if you want the one that don't fuck with you, don't fuck with them.
Don't fuck with them.
My half sister, but she ain't my half sister. You got the same daddy.
Straight up.
You know the people you live with is your half sibling. Bitch, you my full motherfucking sister. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's, you know, that half shit, I never said that. I'm like, we share the same, we got one parent together, we brother, you know, brothers and sisters.
That's how I go with it.
You know?
Because the majority of the shit, if you got the same daddy, y'all not half siblings.
Right.
You're more of a half sibling if you got the
Share the
same
same
mom. You know what I mean? If you got the same dad. The dad gene is the dominant gene. You know what I mean? So you can have a brother by your motherfucking daddy and y'all look like twins. You can have a brother by your mama that's not by your dad and y'all look completely, you know what I mean? Completely different. So the motherfuckers you live in the house, all y'all in the house with mama, you know what I mean? That's cool. It's cute. You know what I mean? It's cute. All y'all live over there. But y'all have siblings, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Let me go there. That's with my dad. That's my real fucking brother.
Yeah.
I mean, like through and through.
That's what I was saying. Like we share the same daddy, nigga. I'm not your half anything.
I'm not your
And
half.
you don't fuck with me, nigga, and I'm your brother. I was daddy shot both of us out, nigga.
We look at them. Like, you know, look at them. Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Yeah.
Don't look at that motherfucking egg face. Nigga. They don't look like us.
Straight up, dude. Shit like your grandpa, nigga.
They don't look like us. But you know,
You look like our grandpa.
you don't think about it. So you be developing like mental health issues as you growing up without even knowing it, to the point where you get to a certain age, you don't realize that you fucked up. You think it's okay.
You do it, and you doing and you doing it from the moment you start walking. You start to deal with mental issues. School. Too much pressure on you to actually take those first steps. Then your mama want every motherfucking body in the world to know you can take a couple steps. The baby can't even walk. It took 2 damn steps. Now you want to show the whole world. Come on over here, stressing that baby out.
I ain't stressed, nigga.
Shit.
I think
Stressing that
baby, bro.
standing that baby up, talking about some, go ahead, you know you can do it.
No, that could be stressful, but it depends on the baby. Because
Yeah,
when you start, most kids, you know, it's like when they first start walking, they be happy.
they do.
They want everybody to see them. You know what I mean? They can walk. That should be funny as hell, though. Because it could be stressful if you got the lazy baby who can walk but don't want to walk, and you steady talking about shit. You know what I mean? Come on, round, show them you can do it. I'm like, that bitch, get away from me.
See, I think that's stress. To me, I get what he's saying. I think the stress problem starts potty training
Now, that's some stress.
because you might have that child that's just stubborn. You know, he gets the habit of, going to the toilet, whatever, right? But then you sit there and tell him, all right, pissing himself, get a whoop. So now he have an accident on himself or herself.
Yeah.
Now they stressed out.
I
Yeah.
don't know what to do.
You know, have a smart. We shit back up all the time. Motherfucker need to push that shit out the way, boy. You trying to smell this shit. Nigga got dried up shit on his ass. He got shit stored all up behind the toilet and shit.
Running around the house.
Man, weird thing. That can be stressful. If you think about it. If you got the parents that whoop your ass about it,
Yeah.
that's definitely some stressful shit. Like, bro. Not just when you keep like whooping me. I don't know what it's gonna be. Straight up, I don't know.
Most of the time I was asleep.
Yeah.
I don't think like you. Like a grown person. Look at you.
Yeah.
They make me think like you. You know what I mean? That's gotta be stressful.
Yeah, with the correct.
Yeah. It's just nonstop. Nonstop.
And the kids that don't know how to do it, I ain't saying don't know how. Yeah, that's true too. So don't know how to defend themselves, take up for themselves, get bullied. Parents don't do nothing about it. Well, you'll be okay. Learn how to fight back. Teach them how to fight.
Right.
Then your parents think about it.
Yeah, that's even worse. The daddy talking about you stand up for yourself. You can stand up for yourself.
Right.
I see Uncle Billy push you the other day. You ain't do nothing.
I got to see what people, my mom and my dad still fight him and fight me.
Yeah. Right. Swimmer.
So then I go out there and I might get my ass beaten.
But you get to swing back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fighting your parents, you
I
got
know
to
you ain't gonna swing back. Yeah.
you got to take that ass whoop. And if you got enough nuts to try to swing back, ass whooping just gonna get that much worse.
Yeah.
But then they'll tell you, come on, fight me, fight back.
Yeah.
If I swing back, you finna do some both ass.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I know it. Come on, fight me, fight back.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. What's that shit?
As soon as I flinch, I'm gonna be picking my teeth up.
Right. That's
Yeah.
not defending yourself. This is own thing, though. It ain't even about knowing how to fight. Some niggas that don't have to fight, but don't have that quick retort. You know what I mean? That response. Motherfuckers don't have that. People don't always have that quick wit. You know what I mean? Some people have a real quick wit where they can come right back at you. But some people don't have it. But me, if they won't whoop your ass, you know what I mean?
It's true, because they only gonna take so much.
Yeah. So people just don't have that response.
Yeah, especially when they can't joke. They don't know how to joke. It's gonna be a fight.
Right. Right.
Because I don't know how to joke that good. Like, if you get me in front of people and you like start joning me, and I don't have that quick return and get back to you, I might say some bogus ass shit. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna even back to you. It's best if I shut down. If I ain't got no more jokes and you steady going, yeah, it's like that,
Like
buddy.
last time you seen your dad.
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking about? Like, wait, what? Hey, niggas, you want to joke? Nigga, where your dad is? Come on, tell us where he is.
Matter of fact, ain't your mama a man?
Don't your mama be over there on parade every day?
Yeah.
What she be doing on parade, bro? Tell everybody. Like, bro, that's not a joke, nigga. That's not a fun. That's not funny, nigga.
Oh, man. You see my mom over there by Overton?
Yeah. You know what she doing over there, nigga? It's something
Yes, you do.
ain't nothing going on outside, boy. You know what she looking for? That's why I can't joke with you. I can now. If you say some shit to me that and I don't know how to like deal with it, I might say some fuck shit. That's really that's crazy.
Yeah, the jokes against you.
It's all trauma though. It's all trauma. Okay, so the last one. This is father with a full family and kids who died. He got a kid outside of his household. And that kid mom dead.
What a kid.
Um,
What a kid.
Ooh,
Father.
daddy dead. Your daddy dead. So you got siblings. So your father got a whole family. But then you was raised with your mama. Your mama died. So basically, both of your parents are dead. You got siblings, but they all from a different.
I got this mom.
But they your siblings. They from your dad. But it, I think that's deep because how do you?
Yes, because how do you know the poor man? How do you know what they going through? Y'all ain't communicating, y'all ain't talking, y'all ain't.
How do you deal with the mental effects?
Yeah,
That's the tough part of all of this shit. Like trying to figure out a way to navigate your life and dealing with all this shit mentally. Because if you ain't got no mind, ain't for no one for your dad, then all of a sudden then one of your siblings pop up late in the game trying to tell you some shit when you listen.
I quit you.
That's what I'm saying. When you listen, how do you listen? What do you feel about it? You know what I mean? What's your response? What do your life go to? How do you deal with your life?
I mean, just think about it like if we ain't never had like yeah, if we ain't never had a connection, I'm going through something, all of a sudden you want to come around me telling me that I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that the right way. Who is you to talk to me? Right. Talk to me about anything. Before I took this route, you knew of me, you ain't say nothing then. Well, what's the point of that? What's the point of that? Who should talk to?
Like just that's scary though. It's strictly a conversation that needs to be had. I appreciate you for this. For real, this is a real conversation. This because I don't think we can have this full conversation. I feel like this one of the conversations you got to have a real psychologist around to try to dig through because man, bro, shit be deep when you think about it, man.
So that's the thing, too, especially like people, we need therapy.
You need therapy
We need more
from the gate,
Yep.
from the gate, from the Bible, from the motherfucker. You need therapists when you get a body training. Like you need somebody to talk you through that shit.
You know, and especially, you know, just dealing with daily life. You know, I know me and you, we talked about this before. We don't know if we're gonna make it to the corner store. You know, come back alive. You know, we never know.
Don't
No, you can walk right out the door, and that can be the last time you walk through there.
that alone for some kids. If you in a area of like 8 years old to like 14, that knowing that you can't go outside to the store without the possibility of something bad happening to you can alter the whole way that you live your life. Good for the good or the bad. It can go both ways. You know what I mean? But it can alter the way your whole life goes for the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
Good. It could be one of the people. You can be one of the people that I'm always outside. Whatever's gonna happen with God. I'm always outside. Or you can be one of them people that's scared outside because you don't want whatever happens that's gonna happen.
Well, some good shit can happen in your motherfucking life, nigga. You can be like, man, I hate that shit. I ain't never going back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a lot of us be feeling like I be feeling like that sometimes. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Ain't nothing out there but death. Ain't shit out there but motherfucking pain. Like a lot of times you go back home, or I love all my people, but the circumstances that we live in is like when you go back home, all you hear about is pain. Remember life? Oh yeah, you heard about such. He died.
Yeah.
He died. No,
Yeah, she wrote to say the dog died too.
yeah, you know, fucking died. Like, damn, bro, just keep the letter. Just don't read no more. You know what I mean? Just don't read no more, bro. That's how it be. That's how it be for us. Going through situations and then coming home from different situations, get back to that shit. It's like, bro, any motherfucking body just like they dying or niggas be still alive, but they living in motherfucking like a motherfucker be living in hate or living in pain. You know what I mean? Everything shit don't be all good. Now you work hard as fuck to get out of that shit because you don't want to be in it. You go do something good for your life. Man, you gotta live in what you created because you can't really go back home because back home, motherfuckers be so bitter and fucked up. Like they want to make a joke out of it. You doing good. Like how that makes sense, bro. Like, you go back home to your family to show your money, to show your success, and they making a joke out of you doing good type shit. Like how do that even make sense? But it'd be a real thing. Be a real thing. So a lot of successful people,
They never had mass now. They got into be in.
They never really got in it because it just was like raised. We was raised in it.
Yeah, but we also had the mindset to get out.
Did we?
I believe so, but
Did we?
they wasn't going to say that motherfucking neighborhood.
Yeah, but so for me, I didn't have to plan to. Well, I planned to like to get in to get out, but shit, I ain't just walk out.
No,
Shit. I ain't just walk out of shit. You know what I mean?
But I think, well, you know, the problem too is, yeah, they want to get out the neighborhood. Sometimes the neighborhood is still in them, no matter where they are.
No matter where they go, it's a steal.
We still got that hood mentality. You know,
like
no matter
that.
where they live.
I'm gonna say, but it's like the neighborhood. Is that the hood mentality? Well, that's you.
No, not yeah, right.
That's just you. You know,
You made it a part of you.
Right.
You know?
everybody say it's the hood mentality. It's just that okay, I know how to be professional and I know how to be an asshole.
Right.
If you want to see the asshole part of me, then come around here for some asshole shit.
So she come from certain, but certain people have like certain ways. Like being me and Will was talking about this. We got different points of view, but because of where we came from, we see the same shit. We see the same shit, like you know what I mean? Or we be talking to a tune might be like, man, y'all be on the same page. Not really on the same page. We just see the same picture. You just don't see the picture that we looking at right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's how that be sometimes. Like sometimes a person that did come from where you come from and don't understand shit the way you see it, they look at me and you like, you know what I mean? Man, y'all the same way, or it's y'all against me. It ain't nothing against you, bro. We just see this, we see this picture over here, you just don't see it. Same thing with Richie. When Richie be on the show, oh, y'all ganging up on me, bro. We not ganging up on you.
You see a different picture.
You just see a different picture, and you won't allow yourself to see that picture.
It ain't even the fact that it's a different picture. You just seeing it from a different view, from a different angle.
It's because he's seeing a different picture. We okay, so if you can pay, because this is what they do with the artist sites. When they buy paintings and shit. You know what I mean? 5 people be staring at that painting and see 5 different things.
Yeah.
You can watch a movie. You know what I mean? We sit here, all 3 of us, we sit here watch a movie, then the movie, well, we all come to 3 different conclusions. You know what I mean? About what the movie was, what the movie was about, or what the scene is. That's the way life works. But when you grow up so close, like when you coming from the hood, you grow up so close to people, with certain people in a certain neighborhood, you kind of develop a sense for, you know what they see because you see it. Remember, we'll be on, if we on the south side, you automatically know when a nigga from the west side is walking from his whole swag, his whole personality. You can read that character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't call your name. You see a bicycle right at the gate. You don't have to have on nothing go. You know what I mean? It don't have to be to the left. His swag, his personality is gonna let you know right at the gate. That nigga bicycle.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, you got no business over here. That nigga, you know what I mean?
I just said, I guess it was the same way we moved down in the thing.
Yeah. People know because they come from the same shit. When you cut from the same shit, you know the outside of it. So all the people that's from that shit, they see a certain picture. All the people from even with the neighborhood and shit, right? You from Terrytown and you from fucking Murder Town or something. But Terrytown is all the way over east. Murder Town is all the way over west. It's just a different picture. They see shit different. But they all got on the same clothes.
Yeah, move different,
Yeah.
talk different. You see, everybody, but everybody look the same.
Everybody look the same. Everybody look the same. We dress the same. We act the same. We talk the same. We feel the same, damn near. But when it comes down to it, because we raised in different shit, we see based off what we grew up. So to what his point that he was making, when you go somewhere else, your hood go with you. Your hood go with you. Like to a degree, your hood go with you. Don't really matter where you from. You take a little bit of that with you. And you need that to survive. You know, them that need to survive too. Because if you don't, because like even if you're working or if you're in like corporate America and you're doing all these different things, it's savages everywhere. It's a savage ass game getting played everywhere.
Everywhere,
Every aspect.
every state, every on every continent.
Yeah,
That is a savage ass game being played. That's in time. Your neighborhood ain't no tougher than mine, ain't no different than mine.
that's a fact. So when you get there, you come from Chicago. There's something that I take pride in this. Coming from Chicago is like we can survive anywhere. We're already ready.
Maybe we come from the concrete jungle.
Yeah. So you already ready. Just show me who's who. Right? Just show me who's who. I don't care who in the room. Just show me the room.
Then I think the low man shit, you know, was coming out of Congo.
Yeah. Yeah. The confusion.
Yeah.
Fucking confusion.
It's-
This shit's frustrating. You know what I mean? It's frustrating. So you just, I don't know. We trying to figure out how to make the play. We trying to figure out how to make the next play. So it's hard to say when you're growing up as a kid, when you're growing up in any situations. Once you finally make it out of the house, then you got to survive the circumstances around the house because you're not the only person that's going through what you're going through.
Nah, somebody else going through it too. Right next door. Right next door. He might be going through it even worse than you. You think your life is in shambles. This person know in the hill. It's just they bawling, crying every day because they can't seem to get right.
Right. Remember, Skins when he got locked up, like 12 when he went to the joint. Went to when he first went to juvenile prison,
I think it's about 14
like 13 or 14. Imagine that, bro. Imagine the mindset. Bird went down, he was like 13 or 14, right? Then imagine, it's funny, I was talking to Bird was telling me how he was in the bullpen with Denver and Skinny Man. He getting ready to get sentenced to go, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think all three of them went down. Right?
Yeah. Kids though, these are all kids, and they from the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
And y'all on y'all way to prison, like you don't even know what prison he finna go to versus where he finna go and versus where he finna go.
Nobody know nothing.
After all this shit going on in your motherfucking head, you got all this shit going on in your mind. Then this is what you thinking before you get there. Now you gotta actually get there and you gotta survive.
That's bad.
13, you 14, your mom ain't there, your daddy ain't there. You ain't got no brothers there, you ain't got no cousins there, just in the storm by yourself, motherfucking baby.
It's like you gotta have an instant hit or button or instant going savage mode.
Got to.
That's how it was for my nephew.
Yeah.
14.
Mhm.
And another who can be burnt.
This is a whole different environment. This ain't what you used to. You weren't ready for this. You ain't prepared for this
Man, ready for it. Like,
at all.
it ain't no way that you can be ready.
You never been there.
Right? You just go in and just listen. And that's some scary shit because you just go into it and if you the way my mind be wondering because I think about a lot of shit like when it's your friends and when it's your family, like what's the nigga thinking right now? What's the nigga thinking right now? And when you're around kids are already bad as fuck. When you're around all boys in the juvenile facility, like on that kind of time. And now I'm in the ID home. So it's like, okay, first I was thinking about, damn, what he might be going through, what he might be going through. Now I'm in the shit.
Man,
Now I'm in. Not prison though. So it's the difference between going to juvenile DOC and going to like juvenile jail. Because if you just in the ID home, you'll be home about 2. Even though you go through your own shit. You know what I mean? So you just build the bases, put over the head. You see the way it started. You know what I mean? It's getting work. You know what I mean? Shit happening. You know what I mean? Some of them niggas getting took. You know what I mean? Like
They become predators in there.
yeah, you know what I mean? But then you got niggas that's up the way different going for the next 2 years. You got juvenile life for you going for the next 6 years. 7 years, you're only 14.
14 years old.
The next 7 years of your life, you sit up with shit.
All them teenage years, you finna spend in fuck jail. So what type of you're not creating men, you create monsters with that too. This is much most of them coming home don't know no better. All they know is jail. They looking to go back. That's all they know.
You feel more comfortable inside.
I mean, then you got the ones that they done got took. They don't want to be in this world. They don't know how to get in this world like that. So they itching to run back.
And when you're dealing with mental health, don't go by it.
Nobody care. Nobody care.
Nobody care about it. It makes it worse.
It's a you problem.
You got worse.
You got mental issues. We don't have mental issues. You got the same mental problems I have. You just not looking.
Dealing with it different.
You dealing with
When you
it.
don't understand it, you didn't see what I see. I feel like pain is personal, but it's kind of like you don't see what I see. Like, just because you went through your little circumstances, and you came out of this shit, you acting like you came out of it.
Acting as if you came out.
You know what I mean? Because everybody's acting like they came out of a victory. They didn't come out of a victory. Some of them niggas got tough. And they out here running around acting like they super tough. That's part of the reason why they super tough.
That's why they're super tough.
That they have that shit. They can't live the life that they want to live. I mean, these niggas out here, they tough as fuck. You know what I mean? Hard, they homosexuals. They homosexuals. They been the one just be with a boy. You know what I mean? They want to be with a boy and they have to be
Yes, sir. They was that when they blocked. Then they went to that block. They got that ass to, and now they somebody else.
got a little twitch.
Yeah.
Got a little twitch. You know what I mean? Some of us got like, some of us go through the process of having all of these thoughts. Me personally growing up, my mind always be working.
I was gonna say, oh, my shit stay racing.
My brain working, but my brain is working all the time. You know, I gotta, because you navigating through shit. Navigate. You navigating your father's side of the family versus your mama's side of the family. You navigating the neighborhood. You navigating the teachers in the schools. You navigating when you're dealing with a certain level of pain because your moms don't understand, your pops don't understand, brothers don't understand, sisters don't understand that. You see everything. Like for me, I see everything. And a lot of shit stick. It don't go nowhere. So something happened with this person and it comes and it goes. But it's stuck on me for some fucking reason. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for it to be stuck on me. It's just stuck on me for some reason.
Process is different too.
Processing is different. You know, because it's stuck on me.
Yeah.
So if that shit happened to you and you able to get over it right out the gate, well, I say that. You know what I mean? My friend of mine got killed in the shores. Remember over there on 49 in Bay City?
Yeah.
So, they killed the kid over, but they didn't kill him over Michael Jordan. I feel like he died over Michael Jordan. But I feel like he died because of the Michael Jordan. Because we down there looking at the cars, he took the Michael Jordan car and ran out the door. So we locked the door behind him. But we like, what, 13, 14? It's that. 12, 14, that sense. But he ran out the door or whatever. He ran out the door, we locked the door behind him. We played, banging on the door. So the bangs turn to shots. We don't hear the shots. Because it all sounds like, you know what I mean? It goes with the bangs, like him banging on the door. So when we opened the door and shit on some goofy shit, he fell in it. He fell in it, shot him. Well, they shot him a few times. The nigga's only about 12 or 13 years old, you know what I mean? They fired his ass up. So now we standing around watching him die. Standing around watching him die. His sister come in and she crying and shit, you know what I mean? She going through her emotions, she going through her moment, whatever. The scene is so real because it's stuck on me. I don't know how the other kids that's still alive feel. I know how his sister feels because I'm watching. So the whole scene is so real for me that it's stuck on me. I don't know how anybody else feels. I can't speak on anybody. But for me, I'm stuck with it. You know what I mean? So now it's one of those things that add to what I got to think about when I go out the door.
I'm gonna tell you, I can't, of course, I can't speak with, his siblings and nothing like that. I can tell you how I feel about my little brother was killed. And we replay that moment. That was 15 years ago. I replay it every day.
See?
In my head. And then the fact that, I think I told you this, shows Fatal Attraction.
Mhm.
They restored them,
Yeah.
had me on there. They still, they replayed that. I think that story came out like 2014. You know how that show is. They always show repeats. Even now, I get people that walk up to me. Don't matter if I'm in Vegas, New Orleans, don't matter. I seen you on TV yesterday. I don't want to keep reliving that shit. You know?
Then the reason you see me on TV, don't even approach me with that shit.
Like, do you watch it? I'm like, I don't need to watch it. I do. You know? But I'm telling you, I guarantee you, they replay that every day. Every day, and I mean, it's gonna last with them until they die. You know? And that's the way it is. Like me and my brother, we talked about it several times. And he still, because him and my little brother were living together.
Mhm.
He opened up the door, see my little brother laid out dead on right on the porch, all over a woman. So
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
Saying with those, the shit that we be living in, the shit that we be surviving,
Mhm.
the shit that we be surviving.
Yep.
And the worst part about it is, can you really sit down and talk about it
Mhm.
to the people that you're around? You gotta have these conversations outside of your circle.
But even that, we got too much pride as people to go talk to somebody about Trump.
That's the good talk to their therapist.
And I'll speak for me.
But we're trying to talk about
I ain't this the most I talked about it with anybody.
I'm gonna say we're trying to talk around, I'm trying to talk with your people, with your friends or whatever you mean. It's always they don't see how you see it. It's always something negative.
That's why we lose friends, though. That's how a person could be looked at as a snake when you're being a snake. Because you can go through your life to be with all of these different people. You know what I mean? You call you one, you call them your friends or whatever. But deep down, you don't feel no love from them that come from the way they sit, because shit that's on your mind and shit that's on your heart can't really share. Because and even if you do share something small, it can become a joke. So ain't no share nothing else. But once you look at a motherfucker and like you feel like a nigga look at you like a joke because the shit that you going through mentally, and shit, all that's off, nigga. If I catch you, it ain't no different than if I catch you. Somebody from the other side, though. You know what I mean? If your pants down, nigga, your pants down. It's on you, nigga.
But that's you putting yourself in that situation too. That's you putting yourself in that situation because I tried to sit down and explain to me what I got going on.
Yeah. I try to give you the opportunity to be a friend.
Yeah.
Try to give you the opportunity to be a friend. And I got some real shit going on in my mind. I got some real shit going on in my heart.
Yeah, you just took my pain and shit it like.
Or a nigga be worried about a bitch, or a nigga be worried about some money, or a nigga be worried about all the things that don't really mean nothing to actually growing into something bigger and better. Nigga worry about all the small shit. So once you give a motherfucker that moment, and you take the moment, spit in your face, or you know what I mean, brush you off like you don't care about it. That's cool. But so now you don't care.
Yeah.
So now you don't care. So if your turn come, your turn come. That's how that shit be. You know what I mean? Especially just growing up, like, it be real issues that people be dealing with, but we can't ever talk about them or never get through them or never, like, and like you say, we don't want to go talk to nobody else because we training, because we go through that shit so much that we train in our mind that no, we gonna say we to nobody.
I would say is it that we trained in our mind? I guess it is training. I guess we was always told too, you can't talk to nobody about what you got, as me.
Or just be like, I ain't never had nobody told me not to go talk to them. Like, but I always heard ain't nothing wrong with you.
Well, that part.
You'll be all right.
You'll be all right. You know what I mean? Cool, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just think this, you just think that.
Yeah. Stop being emotional. It's not like that type.
Yeah, you cool. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, I found myself, not to cut you off. I found myself like my little brother. I ain't gonna lie, shut down. You didn't really want to talk to nobody outside of people closest to. Somebody made a mistake to me. He was only 27. He's in a better place. I think he fucked up. He wasn't sick. All he was doing was going home. You know what I'm saying? Or some motherfucker that I knew, by the way, I grew up with, shot him in the back twice. You know what I'm saying? So don't fucking tell me he's in a better place.
I never
Only for that shit.
I never really understood that no way. How you know you're in a better place?
Right.
How you know what's next? Right. How do you even know there is a next?
Because I imagine the person saying it, saying it to kind of like soothe you.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? They try to tell you, like, you know what I mean? They try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But like you say, bro, like, if his life wasn't bad, why the fuck is dying being, why is he in the best? And I never looked at it like that. Till you just said it. Like, I always thought that was the thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been the person that's saying that to somebody like that. Fuck you, we need a better place.
It's like, that's like telling somebody you lost a kid. And you trying to console them, you're trying to say nice things, but you go over there and tell them it's gonna be okay. Hey, I just lost my kid. How the fuck is they gonna be okay?
Okay,
And I don't shit on nobody's religion at all. I don't want to hear if God did it for a reason, or I don't want to hear none of that. You know?
that's why I don't say nothing no more.
Yeah,
I don't say nothing.
it's inevitable. We all gonna die.
Yeah, like I don't even say rest in peace. I don't think like some people. I don't even want to hear that shit, bro. I don't want to hear that shit, so I don't say it to nobody.
Yeah, now as far as the he's in a better place, whatever. Now, okay, if he was riddled with cancer, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. You know,
yeah.
they got terminal illness. I get it. Well, he just living his life. He just going home. He had 2 young daughters at the time. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to hear it.
We just keeping it the other day, having fun, laughing, joking, talking shit, making plans for our life. How the fuck he in a better place now? Yeah, because I never thought about it. I never put that into perspective.
He's in a better place, right? He runs sick, doing well.
Yeah.
Got something going for himself.
I'm saying nothing about this. Anything can be offensive.
And
If a nigga losing a brother, sister, mom, dad, grandma, every word you say could be a trigger. Just don't say shit to me. You know what I mean? Just leave me alone.
that's why I get one. That's why I get the plan on the dead name. Somebody died, you want to look down that night, now you smoking now.
I don't play that shit. That shit can get you killed.
Yeah.
That shit can get you smoked. You know what I mean? Like straight up and down, that shit can get you smoked. So I don't do it. I don't do it.
Because people care about their family. People just say something and don't expect nobody. Everybody ain't gonna say nothing.
Right?
Nobody's gonna do nothing about it. All right. One of them gonna slide right up on your ass.
All right, before we shut it down, we gotta get like some change. We want an hour and a half. We try to shut it down. So would you rather first? Would you rather be single with multiple kids by multiple women, or in a relationship with one woman with multiple kids by multiple women?
Person.
Single.
Just got out of phone. But somebody gonna always have access. One of them gonna have access.
Think single.
Somebody gonna have access.
Think that
You should care about one of them. You should care about one of them big dad.
you probably care about all of them, but do she still care?
That's what I'm saying. But I think one of them gonna have access. But if it work, it work. It's trying. Not it's trying. Works, it works.
Question is, would you rather?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I've been in a relationship with multiple dads. I'm the 3rd dad. I got 2 kids.
What you in right now?
Yeah, I got 2 kids. So with
You'd rather be with your wife than with.
right. But the situation, my situation probably a little different than a lot of than what you describing. Yeah, it all depends. I mean, every situation is different. I'll say that. I can say that.
I feel like it works for.
Yeah.
But you gotta, as a parent, you gotta work extra hard. You have been in that situation, you gotta get that be more. Because you gotta understand some shit. You gotta hear some shit. Shit that you stand for, you gotta overpower all this shit and establish yourself as being somebody. And the female gotta take your side. Because if she got the kids by multiple dudes, you know what I mean? Literally, she gotta. This ain't no walk in the park.
So it's not gonna be a walk in the park, and especially if she's not all the way here.
This ain't no walk in the park. So she gotta put up a fight. She gotta get into this shit. You know what I mean? She gotta make some. She gotta make the shit make sense. All right. So we all basically saying same. What you saying? I'm not.
I'm just saying, I've been in that, you know, when I'm in a relationship, I don't think I could do, no, I think I'd rather do the way I'm doing it now. I mean, that's all I really know. I don't think I want to be
Steve,
single,
trying to manage.
yeah.
I could see. Would you rather be married with multiple kids to a woman with multiple kids, or divorced from a woman who had multiple kids with, while in a relationship with one who had multiple kids? It's crazy. Ain't it?
It is.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Married with multiple kids is these.
Man,
I don't know. That
we
would
can't with it. That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good question. Because niggas fall, you fall into it. Because we older guys. So like he in his situation, so he's straight. I'm struggling with it. But I ain't struggling. Shit, I'm saying.
right.
But I got multiple kids, you know what I mean? And
So it's
my
not
situation.
okay. So, I'll say probably married in a situation. If it's a good situation, it's not one side.
Nah,
It's not one side. It's one side of it. So I'm out there. Let's keep on making.
yeah, because divorce is a big word. Divorce is a big word. Then being divorced and then being in a new relationship, they can be hell for you.
Can't be here for you.
They can be hell for you. Because now you're going to this new relationship and you thinking, this gonna be all good. It's still no child support. Child support. You know what I mean? Child support, like child
That was a woman spent.
alimony.
It's
Divorce and alimony potentially.
I'm gonna say which means take unfinished business over into this relationship with you. It's gonna cause a problem with your person.
Would you rather have a struggling business while paying child support to multiple kids, or work a regular 9-to-5 job at a prominent place while paying child support to multiple kids?
Probably 9 to 5.
9-to-5.
Struggling, you got a struggling business and you paying child support for multiple
The
kids.
business gonna fail.
Yeah, that business gonna.
Think so?
It was,
Well, it depends on what it is.
it was struggling, it depends on how much child support you're forking out.
So I'd rather have a business, struggling business, because I control if it actually works. So it's all about the hustle. So if you got a business that's working, you might be struggling as far as money that you're bringing in. But if it's working, you can work it to make more money. You got to put in more time. So I guess if you work it the right way, you can get more out of it, whether you pay child support or not. The 9-to-5 job is cool. It's great because it helps you pay your child support, but then it kind of keeps you stagnant also because you ain't going too young.
So they do stagnant, they do a stagnant. Every time you think you got something, it's gone.
It keeps you in one place. If you work your business the right way, you get a bag out of this shit. But the job,
But you get the bag, you start getting the bag, right? So you could also come back, take it right back to court. I need more.
and right, need more.
Judge see your business actually picked up and it's starting to prosper. You killed
I'm
them.
for that money.
Yeah, they gonna get that money.
It's
We both know Illinois, Minnesota, we're going to stay. We're going to get
time. So let's go. Would you rather be single or married?
That's great.
Or be married too?
I'm saying, man,
Say married.
yeah, a single life on the world.
I mean,
that single life would be lonely, right?
single life is lonely as fuck.
Yeah.
So it is what it is because you got more time. I feel like you can do more. With the right female, we still have the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the right female. But when you single, when you ain't answering to no female, you just got more time. You know what I mean? To put more shit together. You talk to people more. You talk to females more. Whether you trying to fuck a female or not, you know what I mean? You talk to females more because you ain't got a female in the background sliding. What you talking to her for? Why she looking at you like that? I don't know why the fuck she's looking at me. The way she looking. You want to ask her? You know what I mean? Like, what?
Oh, we just walked past. She turned around. You turned around. I did. Why you asking me why she looking at you?
Shit, you know what I mean? You know her? No, I don't know her. I don't think I do. You know what I mean?
Maybe I should ask them why she looking at you because y'all doing us called eye contact.
But it's like that though. When you in a relationship or when you married, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things you lose. That's one of the things you lose. You know what I mean? You get married, into a relationship, you don't have the freedom to just talk to anybody. And it's cool because that's one of the things that you also got to accept because you don't want your lady just talking to random niggas. Don't hold about the niggas. You know what I mean? I'm talking about this. I got business with this and I got business with that. No, just tell that nigga to call me. You won't talk about anything, tell him to call me. But it also, I guess it also depends on the stature of life and where you live. Because if you in the field and you do business with men and women, that shit just is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't matter if it's a man, don't matter if it's you or her. Somebody got to take care of the business with you.
As long as it's business.
Uh,
As long as it's business.
okay? Long as it's business. Long as you just one of those people. Most people you can see in the person you with if they easy with not.
Yeah.
If you got an easy female, you don't want to spend too much time around a bunch of men. You might like that shit easy, but you don't want to around a bunch of men. You know what I mean? There's sometimes basically security with her. This is the last one. Would you rather be in a relationship with multiple kids outside of the relationship or single with multiple kids but multiple men?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, I said, would you rather be in a relationship with multiple kids outside the relationship or single with multiple kids and multiple men? So in a relationship, you ain't got no kids. You just got kids outside.
I can part of the part. It's just like saying we all already got kids.
Do that work. Did it work? Have it work? I haven't seen it work.
Like, I guess I think that would depend on the other person and if they want kids or not. Or if they already got kids. You got your kids, I got my kids, we don't have to have no kids.
So this is the part about that question. If your kids ain't with you, like if you were, so some men have their kids with full custody over their kids, their food, but if you meet a female in a relationship with you, it's little with you. That could be hard for some females to accept.
That's it.
So, because with some money coming in, and you can go spend some money at our house,
Have the house for your kids.
which
Shouldn't be a problem with that because, in all honesty, they my kids. So these are some of the things that I'm supposed to do to my kids. Right? But yeah, I can also see it being a problem too because she won't know why you're taking money outside the house, and if the shoes are, if it was vice versa, why are you spending money outside the house before talking to me about it?
right, like too. Then come to argument, what the fuck am I checking in with you to go do something for my kids? That makes sense.
I don't know
Another
about
thing, you know what I mean? Another argument. Then the female seems selfish. Until the kids get grown and they get into relationships and they start to understand it. But the kids, they themselves is like, fuck her.
Yeah,
Fuck her.
they're talking about that. How can she tell you how to treat us?
But they don't give a fuck because she ain't they mama no way. So they don't have no reason to give a fuck about nothing she's saying that sounds like it's against them.
And what the team do.
Even though that shit might be right, because if you in a relationship and you with a female and y'all doing this shit together, y'all surviving together, yes, you should be checking in the money that you spending outside. If you don't want to be in that kind of situation, then you should be in a relationship with somebody when you got kids.
True. Even if it's just to say, well, little man called me today, I'm gonna need to buy him a pair of shoes tomorrow. Make it an open conversation. You got the right to say something if you want to. If not, then I guess it's understood.
But that presentation right there is what creates the argument. Little man called me, I finna go buy him some shoes. You ain't saying nothing wrong. I don't think you said nothing wrong. But then it's like, she listen like, nigga, so you just telling me. So that creates its own argument. If you would,
It can create its own argument. That's why I say it become an open discussion right there. It might come off harsh as I'm telling you what I'm gonna do because the way I brought it back.
and her response is, what the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
And
When then that's what's gonna sound.
or what if she say, no, you ain't got no money for little man to get no shoes.
Again, that's what we talked about, and we can't come up with the funds right then, right now. We do some other time.
Do it some other time. But now, little man already got on his mind that he's gonna buy him some shoes. Because you
Because you
spoke too fast.
you fucked around and told him, yeah, I got you, son.
Hey,
And instead of telling him like, let me check my palm powder real quick, make sure I got it.
let me check up on my partner.
Yeah, that's what I meant about my palm
Yeah,
powder.
check me out that shark, see what she got to say.
That's what she got going on, man.
But
But it could be a situation where you might come and get you, take get some shoes and a few more things.
yeah,
It could be one of them situations. Or it could be the situation where it might have to be next week, son.
yeah. I learned that the hard way. Thinking like, because you could be with somebody and feeling like it's my shit. Tell me nothing about my shit. Tell me nothing about yours.
And I think most men feel that way about their kids anyway.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, you can't tell me shit about my kid.
But if you're not with your kids, so part of the responsibility of being a dad is staying your ass at home. That's a responsibility. That's an obligation. It's a priority. The first goal is you got to do everything that you can to stay home.
Everything.
But once you leave and you open up the door with somebody else and you start a new home, you got to respect your home.
Yep, yeah. You
You
can't
got to respect your home.
don't mean you can't go hang out with the fellas who have a lifestyle. It just means at the end of the night, how are you supposed to be at?
Right?
That's what you got going on.
It don't got nothing to do with none of that. Like
None of that.
when one's home become home, that becomes your kingdom. As a man, you know what I mean? Once you build your castle, that becomes your kingdom.
Yeah.
All bets is off after that.
Yeah.
All bets is off. It might sound crazy and some people might be offended by it, but if you got kids, if you want something to eat, you can become obedient. You can eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna allow you to take nothing away from my kids.
Right, but just okay, so I ain't saying I'm taking nothing from my kids. I'm saying my kids. You can't take nothing out of my home
Oh no.
unless you're a part of this shit. If you want to be a part of this shit, then come be a part of it. But you shouldn't be asking me to take nothing out of this situation to put into that situation.
That's like we got I got this going on. We over here. It's dinner time. You call me and tell me you hungry.
I'm gonna get a plate.
Come on, get a plate.
Oh, don't come get no plate. Bring your ass over here and sit down at the table with everybody else.
Just come me back come get a plate because the plate ain't going out the door.
Right. Everybody else sit down.
You sit down, ask the food, talk with everybody, conversate with everybody. After we get done, if there's some leftovers, you can take a paper plate with you.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
But I mean, for real, this is our family. You can come sit down and eat. Don't act like that.
But that's something I learned. Well, my shit, whatever. I learned that shit. Like, no, I ain't learned. I've been doing. I just broke down like certain barriers so I could try to get things, so I could try to get through that. But even after I break down all my barriers and I fuck up all my shit and I destroy all my shit, I'm still eating at the same table, but it's just me. Because the kids still ain't there.
The kids ain't
The
there.
kids still ain't there.
So
So
for some reason, this meal got a little bit more better.
I don't think the meal better, bro. I don't think the meal better, bro. It's so it's more for me to eat
Because
because ain't nobody else at the table.
ain't nobody else at the
You know
table.
what I mean? But it's a miserable fucking meal when it's only me sitting there eating. You know what I mean? When the people like, I'm going through this and I'm going through this, and I'm feeling like say, fuck that situation. I'm gonna break my situation down because I'm thinking in my head I'm doing the right thing as a motherfucking father. I might be doing the right thing as a father, but realistically, I'm not doing the right thing as a man. And then you find out they're doing the right thing as a father. It don't really mean shit because the kids don't really give a fuck about it. You know what I mean? The thing that matters the most to the kids is how they feel. And that's it. So one of the things I learned is your kids, bro, your kids will break down your whole life. They'll destroy you, shit, leave your ass in the motherfucking gut by yourself. And they be calling your motherfucking cell phone from the gutter, talking about, yo, can you have me something to eat? You know what I mean?
Bro, I know your conscience broke down. You think you can find me right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? That Uber would not be that.
Hey, think about it though. That should be real shit.
Yeah.
So when one of the things that I learned throughout my life, going through a lot of shit I just been through, that I've been through, period. When you start a relationship with a person, right, and you might potentially be with her, you might potentially be with this person, then a lot of it, what everybody else from on the outside looking in, you got to decide if you're gonna be a part of what I represent. You got to decide if you're gonna be a part of what I represent. Ain't no destroying this, knowing that you don't want to be a part of it.
I mean, because if you a part of my household, then you is a reflection of me, right?
This my counsel. This is my counsel.
And you're gonna move around with all respect.
Exactly.
Even when you walk out this door, you don't gotta be walking down the street with me, but you're gonna move respectfully.
Right. And then the thing is, it's the thing that you learn about people. Sometimes you have to learn this about your own kids. Is that if you don't matter,
You don't.
it ain't really about you.
It's about them and what they got going on.
Right. It's about how they feel. They think what's best for them. You know what I mean?
Even when they ask your opinion, they don't really want your opinion. They just want to know what you'll do in this situation, so they know not to do.
But how can you help them?
Yeah.
And that's just the way kids are. So as an adult, and as a man, you gotta like have control over the decisions that you make. And once you start building your castle, one thing nobody can do is break down what's going on in your castle. Right? And so in my castle, because I felt like that before here, but if my castle get broke down, it's because the people that's inside my shit, it's being broke down by those people. But it's still like anybody on the outside of your shit that's break, even if the people that's inside your castle get broke down, that still make the other people on the outside fucked up too.
You do. And then you also got to check that shit when you see it. You don't come in here with that broken ass attitude. That shit you just learned over there with them people. Leave that shit on the other side of this
Yeah,
door.
you start not to like motherfuckers, bro. You start not to like your own kids. You know what I mean? You don't want to be around your own
Leave that
kids
shit on the
sometimes.
other side of that door. You come in here the way we work is how we work.
Right? But then the ultimate fuckery and all of this shit is no matter how they act, no matter what they doing, no matter what's going on within your castle and your kids,
Okay.
you brought them in the shit. So you can look at it like a million different ways. You can judge it this way, you can judge it that way, you can be mad about this. No, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. I ain't fucking with you, don't like you, don't want to be around you, want you around me because you this and you that, you going through that, you going through it in your home, you going through all this shit. But it's all shit that you created.
It's all your moms.
It's all shit you created. It's all shit you created. So I think they said some real shit to me one day. Like, if your shit falling apart, it's because you let me fall apart. You fucking up. You fucking up. So if they don't have no understanding on that being, it's because you're not standing on your shit where you're supposed to be standing on your shit so they can understand. If they don't have understanding on this being inside the capsule, it's because you're not standing on the shit that you're supposed to be standing on to have an understanding with them.
Yeah, it's like you got comfortable. Shit has started working out, so you got comfortable. Now it's starting to crumble. It's starting to fall. But you done got so comfortable till you didn't stop standing on what you were standing on. And then they just walking all over.
So
You lose your backbone.
right. So once you get to that single part and you sit at that table, like you say, the food tastes better. No, that shit tastes different. You know what I mean? The flavor ain't no flavor in that shit. Because you sitting there by yourself in your own failure, bro. You really sitting there in your own failure. You seem like, yeah, I'm single, I'm gonna fuck this,
And
that.
that's when go ahead.
And I'm just saying, like, if you're moving around and you're living your life, you got more space, you got more time, you're talking to more people, you're dealing with more situations. But every time you come in this motherfucking crib, or you go in that motherfucking house, wherever you live, you know what I mean? Them walls hollow than a bitch, bro. The walls hollow than a bitch. I was staying over there in the other building before I got any furniture, any TVs, anything. So I be in that bitch sleep. I could hear everybody that come in the motherfucking building. I damn near want to go downstairs and tell motherfuckers shut the fuck up. They just coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My nerves bad and shit. I'm sleeping on my pistol because I can hear everybody that come in the motherfucking building.
And you,
Ain't
got,
no
and you ain't got no fronts, so shit just echoing off the wall.
shit bouncing off the walls, bro. Like that shit ain't even funny, boy. That shit real like a motherfucker. That shit bouncing off the walls. And no matter how you want to put it, no matter how I want to spin it, you know what I mean? That shit is just real shit, bro.
Yeah, when you get like that,
That's
though,
real shit.
when you get like that, it is miserable, and that's when you actually get lonely. And but I think you gotta sometimes you gotta see that, feel that to know what you actually want. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like if you always been with somebody, around somebody, always had a relationship, you don't know what it's like to be lonely. Until you experience it, then you know this is not what the hell I'm.
Because everybody single ain't lonely.
True, because sometimes you can be with somebody and be lonely. You can be alone and not be lonely.
Yeah, because I think what makes you lonely is having a person for so long. So you're used to having the
You're
person.
used to it.
You know what I mean? That's what makes you lonely when that person is gone.
Yeah, that's like and the same thing. I think you can go get a dog and fill that void of lonely.
Yes, you can though. I don't think that would work. It seemed like we got a companion. You can't fuck your dog.
Oh, I hope not.
You can't fuck your dog, nigga.
But that's what I mean. That when I say fill that void of loneliness, I mean that's all that.
I was saying that dog
The
is
dog
more of a distraction.
It's a
that's something,
distraction.
yeah, somebody to talk to and shit like
But
that.
is it though? So for me, for me, I guess it's kind of different. Like distractions made me think about the shit more.
When I had a dog, I wanted to sing to
I had to sit in that bitch by myself, bro. I stopped watching romantic movies. You know what I mean? I ain't lying, fool. Like I don't watch that shit, bro, because it make me think about the person.
True.
That's the only motherfucker I watch romantic movies with. So man, it created a thing. It created a thing. You know what I mean? So now you get rid of all the things in your motherfucking life that because it's been this shit for so long, you've been in it for so long, you know you can't like move on with the person. You gotta move on without the person. You know what I mean? But the only thing that like that really give you real clarity in your life is you getting control of your life.
Yeah.
Right. Shantisha Cruz said you need that physical touch, dog. Dog,
That's true. I agree with that. I agree with that.
and that physical touch is cool because you can get that. And then, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll talk to you later.
Take my dog for a walk.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I'll talk to you later. I'll hit you next time.
Fight over there, you need to go out anyway.
That shit be real though, because you gotta, when you have long, deep relationships, I guess you gotta walk out of them bitches. You gotta get healed.
You have to, especially if you're so gone, because that's your person. That's who you know.
And people don't heal.
They don't.
People don't heal. Going to another relationship, don't heal.
People only bring more drama, more problems. I mean, you can find a good person in this world.
Yeah.
But even that, ain't nobody perfect. Even that good person has some type of flaw.
And the problem is you bringing past bullshit
Onto
to the
your
relationship.
It's in the new show. And I think it's easy to heal if you just like fucking with a scumbag person. Like if you was with a female and she was a scumbag, and like, all right, scumbag. It's easy to get away from that. You know what I mean? If a female messing with a dude, and he's a scumbag, it's like, I ain't scumbag.
And you ain't shit over.
Right? But if she with a real dude and then they got to part ways, like, it ain't like she ain't bringing trauma from her last relationship to her new relationship. She trying to make her new relationship like her last relationship.
So now she's steady forcing you to change, to be somebody
him.
you're not.
Right? Because she wants you to be him.
Because she wants you to be her last dude.
Yeah. She
Like,
wants you to be him.
I'm not even finna compete with this. I'm out of here.
Or you had a good girl. You had to part ways. Now you want your new girl to be her. Like you gotta beat her. You gotta defeat her. You know what I mean? You gotta kill that whatever she was, you gotta kill that thought of her. Because the shit ain't working on you. You know what I mean? You can't work it on your own. So you need a motherfucker to come in and kill it. Be a better version of that person type shit. Then you got people like a motherfucker be in a long ass rebound relationship. But if you need a motherfucker that's like on a higher caliber, think that you is. Like, all right, let's say you meet a female, she bad. Body, cars, clothes, job, career.
We just say on her shit.
Right, but you feeling them, but it's kind of like you still in the show. So now she basically just like a rebound. So you just thugging out. Man, next thing you know, a year passed, 2 years passed, 3 years passed. You know what I mean? 4 years passed. You still in this relationship with the motherfucking rebound, and it's still a rebound.
Because you still waiting on her to call you back.
You're still waiting on that shit. So now you're not even waiting on her to call you back because you know it's over with, but you just like the person that you brought in to take her place, like you can really do without. You can really do without it. And that person might be crazy in love with you, but you really like to do without. And the same thing vice versa. Like the female with you the whole time, but she really can do without you though. You know what I mean? It's just the rebound just never ended. You know what I mean? So now shit be wild. And ultimately, whatever you doing or however you doing, kids still suffering through shit.
And y'all,
Kids are still suffering through
but
shit.
nobody never took they look souls into consideration.
As John Tissa says, not necessarily just want someone to check off the boxes. Check off the boxes.
I mean, ain't everybody looking for the people to check off the boxes?
Not me, I'm got the box.
I mean, like, I'm not saying like that, but like if you dating with a purpose, that purpose is they got boxes. You got checkpoints to me.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna never check. You ain't gonna check. You ain't gonna never check off the boxes, bro. If you're dating with a purpose, you ain't gonna never check off the boxes because it's impossible for one person to fill all of the boxes.
Is that? I mean, I know that part.
That's what I'm saying. But I give what she's saying, you want somebody that's gonna check off the boxes, but the thing is,
The boxes, all the boxes ain't gonna ever get checked out.
right?
And nobody never gonna get a perfect $100 month.
Right, because now you're searching for what you want.
Yeah,
The last thing you care about is what the person
Is
is
what the
want.
person
You
wants.
tell me to check off all the boxes.
yeah.
You don't give a fuck about what they want. You think that you perfect for them. That's how people be too. Like, I think there's a lot of females too. I don't even think this is a man thing. When women say they date with a purpose, you want a nigga to check off all your boxes, but then you ain't no shit.
You ain't no shit. You want Superman, but you over there to joke.
You ain't even got you're not even considering enough to even check to see if you can possibly check off whatever the boxes might be. Because you don't give a fuck about what his boxes is, right? Especially if he check off your shit.
Right, because you want to worry about your box.
Don't worry about your boxes. Don't worry about what he can do for you. Or you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. Oh, come on. In.
That part ran into that. You ever seen that where he asked the woman, "Will you bring the table?" And they said, "I am the table." Like, they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing to offer. They really don't have nothing to offer, but that's the flat out answer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you all can say, bitch, how? That means I'm not finna be happy. That means I'm not finna be happy because what happened if you can't cook? What happened if you can't clean? I mean, I guess being an era where you ain't supposed to ask these things, but we need these things in order to be happy with you.
I mean, the way they said they don't want to do nothing, but you're supposed to provide, take care, protect, things like that. But you don't want to do. So you need to know how to cook and clean. Your shit is stacked. You ain't gonna just sit around and do nothing.
I agree.
If I got to do everything, ain't no way in the world you finna sit around and do nothing.
Because what's the purpose?
I need you, and all honesty, I need you to get up and go get a job.
That's why. So the people who never be in relationships, like if you was in a relationship in motherfucking early 2000s, 2010s, you needed them to be with that same person
Yeah.
and just thug shit out. You know what I mean? Them just thug that shit out.
Yeah, whatever y'all had going on, put this shit behind like it says
like fuck the chat, fuck the that shit. You know what I mean? That shouldn't do this shit.
yeah.
Because realistically, bro, the new people that's coming in, the new women that's coming in right now, they're not really worth having a lot of the time because they're not looking to put nothing on the floor.
They're not.
They're not looking to put nothing on the floor. They like they say, "Y'all man, they on the floor."
What they want to do, what they all work there against. So what they want to do is drain you completely dry and then walk away.
This is that love and hip hop generation. Really is. You know, and brothers too, though. You know, this is love and hip hop. You see the way some of the, even though I know a lot of that's scripted probably, but they see the way they act, and now they bringing that to their relationship. They start acting like that. I'm a bad bitch. You know, all this bullshit that you hear now. I'm like, no, I'd rather be by myself.
Why is it so hard for people to say what they require and or desire in their relationship? Actually, dating with purpose. We are all adults. Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying what you require. I don't think there's nothing wrong with, you know what I mean? The shit that you require, you desire, but you got to be open-minded to the other purpose, to the other person.
And it's a conversation you're supposed to have when y'all, if you date.
If you date.
If you date, ain't that the conversation you're supposed to have when y'all sit down and have a meal?
Because that's how you get love bomb. Ain't that what they call it? Love bomb. You ever heard of that love bomb? That's how you get love bomb, right? You saying all the shit that you want to do, and the person sitting on the other side saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it." You know what I mean? Just what you want. I got you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Just come on, come on, yeah. And then when you get love bomb, then you feel a certain way, like, man, oh, so I don't like dating. First of all, so I think it's fucking. I think it's like motherfucking interrogation. I could just hang out and just learn shit as you go. Learn the person as you go. That way, you know what I mean? Because if you tell me that you want something from me and then I tell you that I'm gonna give it to you, then I don't give it to you the way you want it, but I want it from you, it ain't to me. Then I'm a bad person. You know what I mean? Just because it sounded good to say, yo, I can do that. Because you asked me before, like, if you're upgraded up higher than me in your life and everything that you got going on, and you saying, you know what I mean, I got this going on, I got that going on, I got this going on, now let me with this, I got you. You know what I mean? Because you just want the person. I got you, I can do that. And women do it just like men do it, you know what I mean? You do what you gotta do, you know what I mean, to go get that shit, to make the motherfucker seem like you got it. But then you ain't got it. That motherfucker looked at you crazy. They gave you this and gave you that and gave you this and gave you that. And
they want you to ask me for something, but you can't conduct how to live.
That's the thing. That's what I think a lot of women want to think that how you do it.
They do.
I think a lot of women want to think. I think a lot of men want to think that how you do it.
They do.
I think that's the problem with dating with a purpose. Fuck all that dating with a purpose shit. If the reality is, if you meet somebody, just learn the person.
I mean, best way about it. If you get
Right.
to know each other.
Right, be cool.
If you smoke weed, he smoke weed, you go take a long walk down the park, son, go up the glass, get to talk. So, get to know each other. You don't have to always be what you got in your pocket. I want this, I want that, or all the other shit.
Or being drilled with all this motherfucking information. You trying to, you know what I mean? Like you taking notes on the bitch, like, you know what I mean? Like, what you say again? You know what I mean? You say it because the motherfucker giving you all that shit at one time. They ain't with purpose.
Then they got the nerve to ask you, do you remember what I just said? You just said like a million fucking things at one time.
Right, and you was looking so stern when you said I was nervous. You know what I mean? Making nervous. Scared me a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I don't remember, are you gonna stab me?
Right. You gonna take me out this shit.
Yeah, like it's real.
But people love bomb people. So if you be in love bomb or if you love bomb, it don't matter if you date with a purpose because if you expose your purpose, that's one thing to expose it. But what happens when a nigga meet all your requirements, but you don't meet none of his requirements?
And I just think if you got good intentions, when you meet this person, if both of y'all got good intentions, it'll work out.
Work out? I think so.
If it's some fuckery on either end, it's gonna show itself.
I think so. I agree with that.
We don't have to always sit there and talk about what we're looking for in each other.
What you looking for in the life, period.
Because that's what you actually looking for. You know, you're trying to figure out how you can make, even with your partner, you're trying to figure out how you can make yourself better for your partner.
Right. That's true. But there's no way in hell I get. I'm getting this from my grandma. She's married to my grandfather over 60 years. She said, "There's no way ever gonna like everything about it. Something you just got to learn to deal with, right? You know, as long as it ain't, he's beating me or I'm saying, cheating on me constantly or
Right.
whatever. There's some things that you just gonna have to deal with. And, but that's vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
I think in the beginning, it's possible you like everything about a person, but once you get to knowing them, it's definitely something you do not like about them.
It might be.
You say it might be.
Yeah. Because I feel like, man, you can just have a vibe. And something else should just be a vibe. And that shit just won't never leave.
Right.
I see motherfucking relationships like with the motherfuckers parted ways. And it was just like yesterday, you was around them and it was a fucking vibe. Like you just be with a motherfucker and you see the way they interact with each other at the worst point of their relationship. And they still a vibe. You still see they vibing. Now they might not be 100%, but from the outside looking in, it's like if you could be with a person and you just be around a person and you really still vibe like that, and you got a family or whatever, or you married or something like that, what the fuck is you leaving for?
Right.
Realistically, what are you leaving for? Just like on some motherfucking, I don't know. But I think like I think the dating with a purpose thing, it's kind of simple. You don't really got to tell me your purpose of what you want for me. Let me show you who I am. And then you decide if I'm good enough.
That's the purpose.
Right. And throughout this time, I'm going to find out who you are and I'm going to decide if you're good enough. Right. And we going to come to a motherfucking line in the sand at some point and decide if we going to do it or not.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's even with me. I'm going to ask questions. They're not going to be random, but they're going to be random.
45, I don't really care too much.
Right.
I care about the person. If you the person for me, and this shit works out and it's cool and we about it, then I'm cool. At my age right now younger, I probably would have been, you know what I mean? I probably would have, I don't know. I'm different. I'm impulsive like a motherfucker. I just like what I like.
I was going to say younger.
Impulsive like a motherfucker.
Younger is not care. Or 90, they go to purpose.
Like, and that thing would never even have thought of my life.
Is you own it or not?
Yeah, fuck with me.
Yeah.
It's just is what it is. She come out to where it come out to.
You going home, you like stand up.
It's 8:29 though, man. We went the whole 2 hours. I was only planning for an hour. We went the whole 2. So shout out to everybody that pulled up on this, man. Much love. Y'all got anything I want to say before we go?
Nah, I'm saying
Emotion.
yeah. So you gotta tell you, you gotta flatten that tire, fix something.
Fix that shit. Got nothing?
I'm done with it.
I know gas hot, though, but that thing gonna run and you got down in
It
it.
ain't lying.
Gas is high than the mother of right.
Straight up, that thing gonna run without nothing.
I can't stand Donald Trump right now. This motherfucking gas shit's real.
I can't stand the nigga, but
Man, anyway, so it worked the way it worked. But this gas thing is outrageous. But my gas be empty before I get to work.
That's great.
And the gas light come on every night, right when I'm finna take my first break.
oh, I'm so glad
You need to
I live 8 minutes from the job.
Dang.
So glad.
check that gas, check that gas filter.
I do it too, man. But before we go though, before I clock out of this, man, I'm just gonna say this to everybody, man. If you're having kids, if you fucking, I don't care how old you is, and you got the possibility of getting pregnant or you got the possibility of impregnating somebody, man, be on point. If you ain't on point, man, do what you gotta do to make sure you're not just bringing those baby in this world and making them live in a motherfucking storm. So you gotta be better people, man. And it's hard for us to raise good people if we're not good people. It's hard for us to raise people with thought that's thoughtful, that's caring, that's loving, that's gonna be logical, that's gonna utilize their emotions for the right things and not just fight in the streets, cussing and fussing and trying to show everybody how tough they is. If in return, the only thing is they being raised by a damn dum-dum, being raised by a motherfucking dope thing. It's sad to say, it's sorry to say, and I don't want to feel like I'm seeing no shots at everybody. But if you smoke weed 90% of the time, 9 times out of 10, you don't need to be bringing the baby in this world. You got a fucking addiction.
Watch out now, Nick. Watch out, man.
The facts is the facts, though. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to shoot no sprays. The facts is the facts, though. If you drink 90% of the time, you don't need to be bringing no baby in this world. If you got any drug addiction at all, I don't care how clean it might seem. If you got that shit, you don't need to be bringing no baby in this world. If you got a problem managing money, you haven't figured out how to manage money. You don't need to be bringing no baby in this world. If you if you still live with your mama or something, or you live with girls all the time, you don't have no business bringing no baby in this world.
Not your own man.
Right? It's a million things that's going on with a lot of people that's having babies who shouldn't be having fucking babies.
Stop being followers going out here making these babies. Know your babies aren't growing up to be fucking followers.
And I'm 100% one of the people that shouldn't have been having babies when they was having babies. And that's a fact. Miss Francis said you live, you learn. That's a fact.
It's so
But
true.
we got to start teaching. We got to start teaching it because live and learn is an absolute fact. You know what I mean? And it's that simple. But the thing is, somebody got to teach. And you got to be willing to learn it. Because there's too many people that's raising kids and they teaching their kids to not be open to learn. Everybody's just on this path of like destruction. And if you're a person on the path of destruction and you bring kids to the world, 9 times out of 10, the kids will be on the path of destruction. And I feel like I can say this because not only am I client, but the damn president, you know what I mean? I done did enough fuckery to enough people, not brought enough babies in this world to just fucked up life. And I gotta go through the whole process of trying to say this to my kids, or say that to my kids, or trying to get my kids to think in a different way, or get them to understand different shit. Because I didn't do shit the right way. And I would never schedule to do shit the right way.
visionary. Don't let your feelings be you killer G. Tap into the chat, talk to us, we the realest G. Only the truth, that's our business G. Yeah. This our song, sincerely yours. The freedom right or wrong, podcasting zone.